Get me. I'm early. I'm so impressed with myself. Good evening, lovely people. I hope you're all right. I am joining you tonight live on the Book of Face. If you have joined my challenge list, you should have had a reminder. So I'm hoping people are going to find me here. I figured I'll just get live and I'll just see if people find me. I am really hoping people find me, not least because over 600 people asked me to be put on the list. So I'm hoping that some of those 600 people will find me. Here we go. I'm live on my Facebook page. And I should also be live on my group. Let me know if you're joining me live, and let me know if you are joining me live, where you're joining me live from, i.e. in the country, not like in your Facebook group. I mean, you can tell me that you're in my Facebook group. If this is the first time you've joined me on StreamYard, you'll see that people's names show up when they say hello. Good evening, Sarah. Good evening, Sarah. Good evening, Suzanne. Good evening, Aid. Even though no, it's not Aid. Good evening, Adele. Good evening, Deanne. Good evening, Harriet. Good evening, Rachel. Oh, look, loads of you. East Yorkshire. Excellent. I'm just down the road in Wakefield. And Maria's here. Some common face names, common, known to me names. Lainey, Sarah Downing. Right. If your name is showing up, like you're in Walthamstow, Northamptonshire, everybody's all over the place. Hertfordshire, Lancaster. I'm not going to be able to keep up with this. Bath. My brother is just down the road from you in Corsham. Manchester. Are you coming to Manchester Trans Pride on the 12th of August? If you are, I will see you then. Crystal Palace, Cheltenham, Hertfordshire, Berkshire, Somerset, Essex, Cheshire, posh. Where are we? Tonbridge, Kent, very posh. Cardiff. Is Cardiff the same as Cardiff? Is that how you say Cardiff in Welsh? Am I being really ignorant? Thornton Cleveland's, Liverpool, Hampshire, all over the place. Doncaster, Donny. I believe Donny Pride is on the 12th of August as well, isn't it? I think, if I remember rightly. Hiya, Charlotte. So, yeah, Essex, Suffolk, all over the shop. All over the shop. I'm wondering who's furthest away. Keep them coming. Right, so you might see that people in the know are dropping angry faces. That's just for the algorithm, people. Don't worry. I'm very much loved by my community. But if you want to have a bit of an angry face button, now would be the time to do it. I am excited. I'm also a little bit nervous because I have never done a challenge when I've had this many people on the workshop at the end. That's the alarm to tell me I should be live with you all. Sheffield. Lovely. Some nice angry face work there, Victoria. I'm loving your work. First time from London. Excellent. So, yeah, thank you all. So we've got 103 of you here watching live. That's pretty incredible. I am excited. I am. Do you know why? Because this is the end of a week that I've done something differently this week. And I'm really pleased that so many of you got on with it. With me, ice cream van. And for those of you who haven't been on the challenge with me this week, do not worry, it's absolutely fine. You don't need to have been on the challenge. Oh look, people connecting in the comments. Linda Sharp, I'm in Cheltenham. Connect. Oxfordshire, from the lovely island of Guernsey. I've never been to Guernsey. I've been to Jersey. It's kind of the same, isn't it? I suppose I'm not supposed to say that. From one knackered mama to another, I'm sending you love, Melissa. I am also knackered, but I have slept a lot today because I was ready for this. Susie's in Leeds, just up the road from me. 12 minutes by train, Lindsay. Let me know if you want a cup of coffee. If you're watching live, please take a screenshot and tag Heidi on your Instagram stories, and I'll reshare them right now. This is Lindsay. She's my social media guru. And part of the reason why I've been able to do what I've done with you this week is because Lindsay has facilitated it. So thank you so much, Lindsay. It takes an army to make this look as effortless as it does. Basically, it takes an army to keep me organized. And Lindsay is one of the people who does that, as is the incredible Jodie, who does a lot behind the scenes for me as well. Julia, hello. Nice to see you. How are you? I was talking about you about a fortnight ago. So yeah, if you want to come and tag me over on Instagram and let me know that you're watching live, that would be amazing. We are just down the road. Linda, you're right. Where's this? Oh, Katerina. That's your name. It's not a place. I mean, it might be a place. What's organisation? Well, hello. Yes, exactly. So Lindsay keeps me right. So do, if you are watching live and you are on Instagram, go over and tag me on Instagram, Heidi Maver, spelled Mavir, spelled like Mavia, pronounced like Maver. Heidi Maver, sexual favor. That's the way to remember it. So there's 154 of you currently watching live. That's very exciting. Now, here's the thing. I have rejection sensitivity disorder, part of my ADHD. So if we drop below 140, I'll start crying. So you cannot leave. The doors are locked. You're not allowed to go anywhere. Not true. Of course you are. I'm not the boss of you. So let me just explain a little bit about what we're going to do tonight, because some of you who may have been excellent life choices, person in Stroud, I appreciate and respect your desire to be under the duvet. I would be there too also. If I've even got a bra on tonight. I've even got a bra on. Okay. I won't be able to watch all of the comments all night. So I apologize, but I will try and keep in with them a bit. Okay. Don't worry. Stay with me. It's okay. Greetings from the Cronks. Where's Cronks? Is that a place? Is it like the Bronx? Is it a joke? Is it a play on words? I know, bra on a Sunday night. It's a special occasion. I've even got I won't show you, but I've actually got a cleavage. My boyfriend was like, whoa, babe, what's happening? I was like, I know. Don't even put a bra on for him nowadays. Anyhow, so Croydon is the Cronks. Okay, cool. I like that. So if you've been with me this week and you've been in my group and you've been doing my challenge, you'll know that we've done a 5-day audit in my group. Now, don't worry if you haven't done that, because one of the things we're going to do is if you signed up for this workshop to get this information sent to you by email, you will get a replay of all of those and tonight's session sent to you in your inbox. Okay. Tonight's session is at Flockton. You're really close to me, Lisa. I'm in Outwood. Me and Lisa just getting acquainted, don't mind us. So yeah, if you haven't been on the challenge, don't worry. You don't have to do the challenge. I'm not the boss of you, but if you want to and you want to dip into it after, that's absolutely fine. You can do that. You'll get all of that in an email. Tonight is the final part of this week-long challenge that we've been doing together. And I'm not going to deceive you. Tonight is also the launch of my Unstoppable Parent Program. We've run this twice before, and we only open the doors intermittently. It's a 5-week program. I'm going to tell you about it at the end. And if you want to jump on and do some work with me for the next 5 weeks, well, starting on the 3rd of August, this will be your opportunity to do it. Stay with me until the end. This is the deal. I give you some value. You stay with me and let me try and tell you if you want to buy something from me, you can. You don't have to. There's no obligation. It'd be lovely if you did. I've got, bills to pay and shit like that, but we all have, right? So whatever, do what you need to do. Okay. But stay with me. You're from the Stonks, Sutton near Croydon. I'm from Wonks. That's Wakefield. Let's all do that. Let's all say that that's where we're from. Anyhow, so you did the first Unstoppables. Thanks, Julia. I'm glad. I think we've got a few Unstoppables here. So we've done it twice already. We've had 200 families to Unstoppable Parent, and we're running it again. This is the only time it will run this year. So stay with me. I'll talk to you about it at the end. But before that, I want to give you some value. In the meantime, Wallsend is Wonks. And just in case anyone was wondering, Brentford is Bonks. I feel like I found my people. And we did the second one. Whitby, also Wonks, yes. Whitby in Nonks. Wonks in Nonks. You're an original Unstoppable. Okay, right. I'm getting sidetracked. So let me tell you what I'm going to do with you tonight. I have written a workshop for you, which is a free workshop specifically for people who Derby is the Donks. Manchester is the Monks. Oh my God, let me concentrate. I'm going to have to not even look. I'm going to have to put my hand over like that so I can concentrate. You just carry on in the comments, having a good time. I'll revisit this afterwards. Also, my knickers are really uncomfortable. Just give me a second. I think I sat down and then, when you sit down and you shuffle your bum and then my knickers have rolled down and my bum is sticking out of my knickers. So, oh, by the way, I overshare in case you were wondering. So tonight I'm going to take you through a new workshop that I've written for overwhelmed parents. Okay. And I'm going to share some stuff with you. I'm also going to give away some prizes because those of you who signed up for my mailing list for this challenge, you will have also got yourself some tickets into the draw. So I'm going to do that as well. But let me get my screen up so I can share with you my screen. The workshop will take less than an hour. We should be all done by 9:30 at the very latest if you all have lots of questions. Okay, let me know if you can see, oops, my screen. Hopefully you can. I'm hoping you can see my screen. Tonight's workshop is called What to Do When You Don't Know What to Do, a parent's guide to tackling overwhelm. Okay. Where are the ducks? So the ducks are, let me just explain this visual to you. The ducks are about getting your ducks in a row. And the marble is a reference to the front copy of my Sunday Times bestseller, Your Child Is Not Broken, and also the marble run, which I'm going to be talking about that very soon. Okay, so you can see it. Amazing. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to take you through my top 10 tips. But before I do that, let me just do some introductions. In case you don't know me, I'll keep it super brief. My name's Heidi Maver. I live in West Yorkshire with my son, Theo. He is 18. We are both autistic ADHD. I founded EOTAS Matters 18 months ago to support families and parents and carers of children and young people with barriers to attendance. Specifically, I'm targeted at parents and carers of neurodivergent families who may need Julia's taking the piss. If you see the Unstoppable parents heckling me in the comments, anyone that's being rude about, you wrote a book, you never mentioned it, that's them. They're rude. But anyway, I love them. So I launched EOTAS Matters to support families, parents and carers of families of children who may need EHCPs, who may need support in securing special educational provision, bespoke provision, education otherwise than at school provision. I am a trauma-informed coach, certified. I am a mental health first aider, and I am a Sunday Times best-selling author. My book, Your Child Is Not Broken, nearly has 500 reviews on Amazon. If you haven't reviewed it yet, it'd be lovely if you haven't reviewed it. Don't go now. I need you here. The reason I do the work that I do is because 3.5 years ago, my son Theo, who at the time I didn't know was autistic ADHD, crashed out of school pretty spectacularly over the period of about 6 weeks. Went from being, have I paused for everyone or just for Diana? Went from being able to attend to having no issues or barriers to attendance to not even being able to get out of bed, and hit like a massive burnout. Can you let me know if you can still see and hear me? I'm good. Okay. I think it's your connection, Diana. And I was thrown into absolute panic. We were thrown into chaos and crisis as a family. I did not know what to do. And I did what many autistic people do. And I went on a bit of a deep dive to try and find out what support I could get. And everywhere I looked, I couldn't get the information I needed in formats and in ways that I could understand. So when we were out of the mire of that, we actually got an EHCP for my son, and we got an education otherwise than at school package. When we did that, I said that I would do what I could to help other families, and that's what I now do. What's my little badge about? I don't know what your little badge is about, Debbie. Maybe it's because you're commenting a lot in the group and you've now got a little badge. That happens if you're in my group. Lindsay's just going to keep posting this. If you're watching live, please take a screenshot and shag me? Tag me! She's over there sharing them right now. Okay, so tonight's workshop is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to share a lot of information with you, but I want to start with some prizes, okay? So everyone that said that they wanted to have updates have gone into a list that is on my phone, and there are 600 and something of you, and there are 5 goodie bags, and then there's a grand prize. So I'm going to start with the goodie bag, and then we're going to dive into the workshop. So let me get my random number selector up. Now I have got a random number selector up on my screen. I'm not going to show it to you because I'm going to be flicking between screens. You just have to take my word for it. It says numbers between 1 and 631. I have the list on my phone. It's number 277 is the first winner. You are going to win a goodie bag with a signed copy of a first edition of my book, a packet of ducks, a packet of marbles, all kinds of goodie things. Let me find you. 277 is the first winner. There are 5 of these. 277 is Victoria Cavern. Victoria Cavern, who is in London. I'm going to put you in the comments, Victoria. Victoria Cavern. Congratulations, Victoria. You are our first winner. Okay. I will message you afterwards. Okay. So I'm going to do a few winners as we go along. But that's the first one. And I will also even maybe tell you what your prizes are. But I'll do that on the next thing. Let's get stuck into the presentation. Okay, so tonight's presentation is about how do you go from Wrung Out Worrier to Unstoppable SEN Warrior? Because a lot of people tell me, I'm so overwhelmed, I don't even know what to start. And that's what we've been doing this week on the challenge. So what I've done is I've done you some 10 top tips. Okay, I'm going to take you through them step by step. I'm going to whistle through. I'm going to expand on some of them for you. Okay, my first top tip is you need to know where you are right now. If you don't know what the lay of the land is, if you don't know what you don't know, how do you know what you need to know, if that makes sense? If you don't know how bad things are, how good things are, what your priorities are, I'm going to dig into this a little bit more, okay? This is what this week's challenge has been about. And if you haven't yet completed the challenge, make sure you go back, okay? Only let them win if they're live. I'm not going to do that. Everybody that signed up, they should definitely be here listening. Oh, Debbie, are you one of those people at raffles when people are like, oh, she's gone home, a taxi's gone, draw it again, Brenda, draw it again. Yeah. I will be sending out a recap of all 5 of the days, and it will help you work out where you are. Okay, that's the first question. If you don't know where you are now, how in earth do you know how you're going to get to wherever you're going to get to? You need to know what you've got, what you haven't got, what your priorities are. I'm going to take you through a couple of these just now. So first one is know where you are now. And the way I'd recommend that you do that is that you perhaps use the prompts from our week together that we've been doing just now. If you know where you are now, give me a little wave. If you don't know where you are now, give me a little like, give me some emojis. That'd be awesome. Work out where you are going. Okay. You cannot begin to set yourself a plan in place. You cannot begin to pick through all of the overwhelm if you do not know what your final destination is. Okay, you wouldn't set off driving on a sat nav and not put your destination in. And what often happens in overwhelm is we are just firefighting the whole time. Okay, don't worry if you're not on Instagram, it's fine. Tag me on Facebook. If you don't know where you're going, if you don't know where you're heading for, how are you ever going to know whether you're getting anywhere near close? And what does happen if you're in overwhelm is if you don't know what your end goal is. For example, I might know that my end goal is to get my child a specialist setting, or I might know that my end goal is to get my child some mental health provision, or I might know that my main goal is to get myself out of shutdown and burnout and into being able to like wash my body, whatever it might be. But you need to know what your final destination is, because you need to be able to make decisions, and we'll talk about this in one of the later points, along the line of, is this going to move me towards what I'm trying to achieve, or is this just me like being distracted? And one of the big things with that, for example, is when things go wrong during the process, being able to decide, do I pursue this? Do I make a formal complaint? Or is this one that I just have to let go? Being able to pick your battles is really important. And we'll talk about that in one of the later points. So work out where you are going. And sometimes you might need some help to do that. Get informed. It is so important that you know what your options are, what your rights are, okay? And the 5-day challenge that we've just done will help you with that. It will help you work out what you don't know. It will help you work out where the gaps of your knowledge are. And hopefully tonight at the end of the presentation, when I talk to you about the things that I've got coming, there might be some things that will help you with what those next steps are, where you get yourself informed, okay? You need help picking battles, constantly moaning. I understand. I totally understand. That was meant to be a little wave. That's fine. That's fine. I'm feeling a bit better after the 5-day challenge. I'll take that, Leah. I'll take that. If you're feeling out of your depth, I'm hoping that this will give you just some like headers to think about, okay, which direction am I going in? What am I hoping for? Okay. So get informed. Oh, let's give some more prizes away. Let's do another random number picker. This one is number 37 for another goodie bag. 1 second. WhatsApp goodie bag list. Number 37. Deborah Berry, who is in South Yorkshire, I think. Deborah, are you with us live? Let me know if you're watching live. You've just won a goodie bag. I'm putting you in the comments as well. Deborah Berry. There she is. Second goodie bag. There are 5 goodie bags. Shall I tell you what's in them? Would that be helpful? Let me just tell you what's in them. Here we go. Find my message from Lindsay. Your goodie bag includes a signed copy of the first edition of Your Child Is Not Broken. It includes a bag of marbles, a packet of rubber ducks, so you can put them all in a row. See what I did there? A voucher for a free webinar of your choice from my website. And then also one person will win a big goodie bag prize at the end, which includes a little bit more, and I'll tell you in a minute. Okay. So that's 2 we've done so far. Okay. Let's get back to it. The next thing you need to do, number 4 on my top 10 list of how to tackle overwhelm, is get supported, right? Now, this can look like a number of different things. This might be, I mean, you might call it a bag of useful shizzle, Helen. Other people might call it a bag of shit, but whatever. It's coming from me to you with lots of love, okay? You really need some marbles. You've clearly lost yours. Haha. So get supported. This is about knowing where to ask for help, and this is about knowing who you can trust. One of the biggest challenges for any of us on this journey is there are lots of people who have lots of opinions about what we're going through and who don't know what it's like to be where we are. And I learned by experience that trying to have conversations with people who don't understand barriers to attendance, who don't understand what it's like to parent in a neurodivergent household, who don't understand that you can't just get your kid out of bed and drag them to school, much as their intentions might be heartfelt and from a place of love, they're not the people that are going to be the best support for you. You need to find your community. I do have a closed Facebook group. You can come and join us over there. When you get the replay, you'll get a link to that. Come and find us. EHCP/EOTAS. Search my name, search EOTAS Matters. You'll find us. Just make sure you answer the questions on the way in. And we'd love to have you over there. You've lost a few friends through it. Exactly. The thing is that when you're in a crisis, and when you're in a crisis that lasts a long time, it's not always something you want to be talking to all people about all the time. You need to give yourself a bit of rest and a bit of recuperation as well. It's really important that you find community with people who understand where you're coming from and who can support you. And when I talk about Unstoppable Parent a little bit later, that's exactly what that is there for. Okay. We won part of our tribunal, but I don't know how to make it work. It was requested more than 18 months ago, and she's changed so much. Get into our group. We will help you with that. We will help you with this too. Completely overwhelmed with how to start. Don't even have any HCP yet, and my daughter is struggling. We will help you with this. Come and get in our group. Loving the dopamine hookup, the goodie bags, right? Hurrah for ADHD brains. Gillian Keegan will come and welcome the kids back to school, problem solved. This is really, really key. Gillian, becoming really isolated. That is so common for families in our situations. And that's why we have our group, so that you have other people around you who understand where you're coming from. Okay. It can be really isolated. Yeah. Protecting yourself can mean not sharing. Exactly. Exactly, Mary. Okay. Oh, Lindsay's throwing in an extra prize. She'll chuck a prize in. Whoever shares this live on Instagram, I don't know if you can share the live on Instagram. No, you can't. But tag me. You'll be entered into a prize draw to win an Instagram power hour with her worth £150. Flipping heck, Lindsay. Can I win that? Please go and tag me on Insta. That's lovely. That's lovely, Linz. When will we'll do that draw later, yeah? Gillian, you aren't alone. Where are we? The group will help you. We've all been desperate parents. The support is incredible. Gillian, you aren't alone. Is there any local SEN groups you can join? I'll let you have that chat in the comments, okay? You've shared a photo on Insta. That means you're in Lindsay's draw. How amazing. Thanks, Linz. That's really, really generous. Thank you. I want to win that. Get yourself supported. I also want to say about this is people think that they need, I run your Instagram, so no. Okay, fair enough. People think that they need an advocate or they need a solicitor. Now, advocates can be great and solicitors can be great as well. But I'm here to tell you that a lot of this process can be done DIY. And if you can get around the overwhelm, there's no reason why you need to spend hundreds and hundreds and sometimes thousands of pounds on getting support for yourself and your family, because the process is family friendly. The bit that isn't family friendly is the overwhelm and the gaslighting, the parental blame. And that's why being supported by people who get it is so important. Okay. Okay. Yes, Tony, we're going to talk about that in just a second. Get ready to make your voice heard. Okay. Tony is saying when you're a nobody, you're not heard. This is what is really important, that you understand that being heard is sometimes about having the confidence to advocate clearly. It's about knowing your rights. It's about knowing what battles to pick. It's about knowing who and how to involve other people when you need to. Okay. So it's kind of like, I'm not going to play down that it's very difficult when you're a lone parent, either on your own or when you feel like you're on your own, that you don't feel able to advocate for yourself and your family. And that's why it's so important to have the skills and the confidence and the support behind you, those hands to your back of other people who get it, to help you get your voice heard. Sometimes it's as simple as having someone help you script like what you're going to say. And we quite often do that in our group. We have people in our group saying, this has just happened. And other parents will be like, here's a reply for you. Okay. So yeah, get ready to make your voice heard. And I'm going to talk to you about, if you don't know what that looks like, how you can unpick that a little bit more. There's a huge rainbow over the house right now. I'm taking the symbolism, running with it. Amazing, Amanda. I'm with you. I love a rainbow, me. I'm a lone parent also. Here we go. This is really important. And this is something that I'm really passionate about. Here we go. This one. I don't have the confidence in the decisions I need to make. I'm frightened that I'll make the wrong choices for my son in terms of provision and support. My God, I have been there and I have absolutely lived through that. And that is what Unstoppable Parent is here for. Okay. Suzanne says, I found it so hard to speak up and advocate, but I've learned so much from the YOTAS group and Unstoppables, and now I'm blasting out assertive complaints and getting stuff done for my kids. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. I'm going to move on because some of the comments I can see are relating to some of the other points. Give yourself permission to say no. Okay. Now, this applies to all kinds of things. This applies to when the LA, we've had 10 shares on Insta already. The LA tell you can't have something, or they tell you must have something, and you feel like you have no choices. That's about being armed with the information you need to be able to push back. It's also about being able to say no to other things. So that people-pleasing part of us, that for many of us in neurodivergent households, particularly if you're neurodivergent yourself, you are so used to repressing and suppressing your own needs and the needs of your own family that you say yes to other things. I said yes to all kinds of things, okay, that I really shouldn't have said yes to. And someone said to me, if you only ever say yes, then your no means nothing. Okay. And also, if you never say no, then your yes means nothing. So going back to the whole, where are you aiming to get to? What is your final destination? Being able to think, okay, someone's just asked me for something, particularly if you're a parent and other parents know that you know your way around this system. This is what happened to me in the beginning. My inbox was flooded and still is with desperate parents who need help. My way of making that manageable for me was to set up YOTAS Matters and our group. I could say, I'm really sorry, I can't do that thing for you, but I can give you this thing. So it's giving yourself permission to say no and knowing how to do that in a way that's safe for yourself and your family, and in a way that still honors the relationships with the people who are asking you for things. Okay. That's all right. You can share it any way you like. Saying no to professionals was a big breakthrough for me after doing Unstoppables. I'm so glad to hear that. So glad to hear that. Sally, really common experience. I know that there are lots of families who share that. And I'm also just going to say, I'm not going to pretend that these 10 top tips are going to fix everything. These are intended for me to be sharing with you what I have found is helpful when you're on this journey in terms of prioritizing and staying focused and fixed on what is important, which ultimately is your well-being and the well-being of your family. Let's do a goodie bag giveaway. Here we go. Number 3 on the goodie bag giveaway, a number between 1 and 631. And the winner is 298 to win a signed copy of my book, a bag of marbles, a box of rubber ducks, and a voucher for a webinar of their choice. Let me see. Where are we? Sorry, people are messaging me and distracting me. Where is it? Here it is. Number 298. That person is, drum roll please, 298. Becky. I don't have a surname for you, Becky. Becky Plank, but I have got your email address, so I will send you an email. 298 Becky. Let me just put comments in here so I can find it. 298 Becky. Becky, you're a winner, my love. Congratulations. Okay. Here we go. Goodie giveaway. Excellent. Okay, next one. Super, super, super important. You must find a way. I thought you said Becky Plank. I think I did say Becky Plank. Her email has Plank in it. Anyway, her name is Becky. I'll email her. It is really important that you start to find a way to prioritize self-care. Okay. Now that does not mean spa days. It does not mean bubble baths. Sometimes it's as much as being able to have a poo with the bathroom door shut, but you have to find a way to put on your own oxygen mask before you help your children or anyone else around you. Okay. I have a visual that my son did for me, and I will share it if you come in Unstoppables, but I asked him to do a picture of put your own oxygen mask on first. And it's a picture of a parent and child, and the child is on the floor and they look like they've got a beard. And when I asked him about it, he was like, oh, it's not a beard, Mum. They're going blue. Like, he's a literal thinker, and I love him for that. All of these illustrations are by him, including this one, which is our unstoppable parent riding a giraffe. I'll explain that shortly. You must find a way to take care of yourself. You must find a way to keep on keeping on, even if that means that you slow down and you politely decline and you say to them, I'm really sorry, I am going to go to bed for the afternoon. You know, you have got to find a way to look after yourself, because if you crash, you will take your family down with you. And I am speaking from experience. During tribunal process, I had a period when I hit burnout. I was in bed for 5 weeks. I have never recovered fully. I'm still in recovery from that burnout. I now use a mobility aid. I quite often use a wheelchair. I have a chronic fatigue diagnosis on the back of not being able to take care of myself when it was so vital. Now, it's not as simple as, oh, I'll just take care of myself, but it's something that we dig into a lot more when we're working on our programs together. But you absolutely cannot afford to sacrifice your own health and mental well-being in this process. You must not lose sight of the fact that you are the person in the middle of this holding it all together. Okay? This is really key. Alicia says, I think it's Alicia. Is Alicia? Thanks for your comment anyway. Everyone everywhere, often for years, chips away at confidence to parent your child, sometimes deliberately. Regaining that confidence was the best thing I did for helping my child. Yes. I got back to my witchy things and I got my nails done roughly every 3 weeks for an hour. Yes. I have slept all the time 1 year after tribunal. Yeah. And not all of us have the luxury or the privilege of being able to, take ourselves away from our children or young people. But sometimes things like understanding your own sensory system, understanding your own needs, understanding how to manage the overwhelm that's happening in your own home is the first step. Okay. How do you do that if your child constantly calls, messages, comes to you just to ask things or needs you to make them feel better? I hear you. It is not easy. What I learned with my child was we did a lot of co-regulation. So he is a big needy bugger. Like, my phone is full of messages from him right now. He knows that I'm delivering training right now. It's fine. He can and will wait, and I know that he's safe. And also it's about helping him to see, modeling to him what it looks like to self-soothe and to self-calm. And that doesn't mean shutting him in a door on his own and leaving him to it. That means, right, listen up, I'm really tired and I know that you need to be with me, but let's go and get into my bed. You bring your, whatever it is, what are those things called, switch. I'm going to sleep. You play on your game beside me. If you need me, I'm here, but I'm going to rest. Okay, so it's modeling that to them. Okay, this person, Vic, please send me an email. If you come to, I do give individual support to parents and carers of trans and non-binary and gender non-conforming children where I can. It's informal, but I will signpost you. So because you have a transgender child, and you know probably that I do also, get in my inbox over on my page and I will do some signposting for you. Also stay with me because I think what I've got coming for you might be helpful. Okay. I do that. I'm glad it's modelable. Yes. Going to bed and take your kid with you is modeling good self-care. There is no failure in taking your child to bed with you. You also are allowed to take adult children to bed with you when it's just asleep, obviously. Okay. Number 8, prioritize. If you've done the challenge this week, you will know. Yes, thank you for that. Pick up the trans kids. I've lost it. Here it is. Here we go. Big up the trans kids. We are a trans inclusive, gender non-conforming, loving space and community. And if that's not you, you're in the wrong place. Yes, also big up for duvet days. Yes. If you've done the challenge this week, you'll know that we've been talking a lot about prioritizing, how you work out what your priorities are. And if you haven't done my 5-day challenge, then go ahead and dig into that and dig into the section on priorities. What I have got is one of the people in my group who did the 5-day challenge has made me a workbook to go with it. So we're going to circulate that. It won't be immediate, but you will have access to the 5 days. Okay. Prioritize. If I was to say to you right now, what is your number one priority? Not give me a list of everything you've got to do. Not tell me everything that's on your list. Not give me a list of all the things that are wrong. If I said to you right now, what is your priority? What would that be? For me, like right now, my priority for me and my family is stability. That's been my word for the year. Okay. And it governs all of my decisions. And I'm not pretending that I get it right all the time. I've been on the verge of burnout again this week for lots of reasons. Okay. But my priority for this week is this year is stability for me and my family. Okay. And everything that means. And it will be different for everyone. And your definition of success is different for everybody else's. But it's really important to know, because when you know what your priority is, okay, then you will be able to work out whether the things that you are asking yourself to do or the things that you are being asked to do moves you towards meeting and fulfilling that priority. And if it doesn't, then you say no. Okay? Look at all of these people who know what their priorities are. I love this. I love that you know. It's so important that you know. It's so important that you know. And priorities can be big priorities and they can also be small priorities. And that's completely valid. Okay? Goodie bag giveaway. Here we go. What are we on? Number 4? Are we on number 4? I think we are. Let's generate a number. Number 545. And that is, drum roll, please. 545. Sarah Wildman. I don't know where you are, Sarah, but you're number 545, Sarah Wildman. Congratulations. You are winning one of my goodie bags. You in the comments. Let's just go back and see some more priorities. For my children to trust me, being grounded myself, really important, really important. Support my son who's in his room 24/7. I hear you, been there. Mental health. So why the hell am I doing an EHC needs application? Charlotte, that's a valid question. It's a valid question. If your priority is mental health and you don't feel that the EHC needs assessment is the right time for you, park it. This is me giving you permission. Let me know if you would like a letter to excuse you from your EHC needs assessment. Sorting out number 3, now number 2 is sorted. Yeah. People who have more than one child. Yes. I salute you. To meet my child's mental health and emotional needs. Yes. To be honest, myself and my wife have just started deep diving into all this. And right now, we both feel like we've been shutting the washing machine on maximum spin for a day. I hear you, Craig. Don't worry, you're in a safe place. We've all been there. Let us know when your rinse cycle is finished. We'll pull you out, give you a wring out, lie you on a table in the garden until you've dried out, and then we'll deal with it together. Okay? Agreed. DLA and EHCP did not help with my mental health. Okay? Great. So you know what your priorities are. It's so important. If you only get one thing from this workshop tonight, please go and write that priority down and stick it on your fridge. Okay? Getting the school and the LA to listen. Work out what my education looks like for educational residents at school. Yeah, amazing. Find a way through the EHCP mental health and what's next now maze and help our child be happy again. Yeah, I hear you. My trans son feeling happier. Oh my God. My other son's EHCP and his new one-to-one working next year. I need money to educate my daughter. So perhaps you need to know what your rights are in terms of accessing funding, Melody. Maybe that's your priority right now. Okay. Goodie bag we've done. Number 9. Now, I am not always good at this, but this is really important. Take your damn sweet time. This is a marathon, not a sprint. We are not going to wake up tomorrow with 30-year-old kids who are completely independent. That's not how this rolls, okay? We have disabled children. We have children who need over and above what non-disabled children need. And if your kid's got barriers to education, you will have a battle on your hands in whatever way that looks. That might be a battle at home. It might be a battle with school. It might be a battle with professionals. It might be a battle with local authority. But it will take time. And you have got to learn to pace yourself, and you have got to take time out for yourself. You've got to give yourself permission to take your foot off the gas sometimes, okay? Take as long as it needs. If you miss a deadline, you miss a deadline. Even if you miss a tribunal deadline, you write to the tribunal and you say, I'm neurodivergent. I'm up to my vulva in lists and I've missed a deadline, assuming you have a vulva. Don't say vulva in an email to the tribunal, by the way. That doesn't usually go down that well, but we're friends, so I'm using this this language. Take your time, take a deep breath, find ways to regulate your system, find ways to slow down your ADHD dopamine starved brain if you're like me. Okay, take your time. If you get an email from a local authority on a Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock, bugger it. It doesn't get open till Monday morning. They can wait. They've made you wait long enough. Take your time. One of the neurodivergent kids who we supported, and whose mum works for me, says quite often, we've got all the time in the world. And I'm just like, oh my God, this kid, this is what we need to remind ourselves of. Your children will not be children forever. When you're setting your priorities, if that means you stop doing something for a bit while you regroup, while you take a bit of a break, while you ignore and don't open post for 3 weeks, then that's what you do. Take your damn sweet time. Okay? Can I say vulva to the local authority? I mean, I don't see why not. It's accurate scientific language, right? I mean, in context, I think you can. My problem is not responding too quickly. Okay, so you get an email and you're like, you're like that. Yes. 100%, and it's about knowing how to calm your stress responses so that you can reply from a place where you're regulated, and knowing what that looks like for you is really important. I'm not suggesting this, but this does entertain me that Amy is supporting that all of us in the next week send an email to our local authority that includes the word vulva. And the PDA mischief in me wants us to do this, but also I'm worried that those people who already think that I'm a complete nutcase will have me carted off by social services. So maybe. No, exactly. Let's not assume that everyone has a vulva. Let's not. Craig, I am not here to assume that just because you have the name Craig does not mean you have a vulva. We're a trans-inclusive space, remember? Okay. It feels like it feels like we're the vulva. Anyway, I'm not gonna keep saying the word vulva. This is supposed to go on my YouTube. Okay, next one. Take your time. Upskill yourself. You need to know what is missing in your bank of resources. You need to know what you don't know. And this is one of the biggest challenges. You don't know what you don't know, okay? So if you've done this week's challenge, the 5-day challenge, you'll have gone through, do you know this? Do you know that? Do you know the other? And you're like, what? No. And you might have a list of all the things that you don't know now. You need to find places to go and teach yourself the things that you don't know already, okay? What you missed is not to be repeated, Lou. But suffice to say, I got a little bit sidetracked and started talking about using words for genitals. I apologize. I think it's safe to say that if you're still with me now, the word vulva doesn't offend you. So Thank God. I've been known to do worse. So one of the ways that you can upskill yourself, for example, yes, you can go back. You will get, if you're on the mailing list, Amy, you will get a link to all 5 of the challenges, okay, from this week and tonight's. So, and if you haven't already signed up for that, let me put the link in the comments just so that you can make sure that you get that link. Now, I might need to put it in the comments afterwards because I can't remember what the link is and my brain isn't working enough. But yes, you can absolutely. One of the ways that you might want to upskill yourself is that you might want to begin to think about, how do I manage my stress responses? How do I regulate myself? How do I keep myself from burnout? How do I learn to say no? How do I put my own oxygen mask on before I put my kids on? Wouldn't it be amazing if someone who was an expert in this field had written, for example, a 5-week course that would help you with that? Well, stay with me and I'll tell you a little bit about it. Okay. Let's recap. Number 1, know where you are. If you don't know where you are now, how do you even know whether you're going to get started and which direction to go in? Number 2, link to that. Know where you are going. If you don't have a destination in your sat nav, how are you even going to know where you're going when you get there? Get informed, find out everything that you can, and be selective about the information that you take on board. There is a lot, and it can be very overwhelming. If you only want to look in one place, go and look at IPSEA, IPSEA, the place. It's like the Bible for all things special educational needs law in the UK. And if you want to know where the Bible for all things neurodivergence is, that's neuroclastic.com. Those 2 places will see you right. Everything else you can work out by being in my group and finding out the information alongside. You are an absolute legend, Kerry Payne. Thank you so much for posting that. That is the link if you want to make sure you get the replay of tonight and of all the other ones. Okay, you love IPSEA. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Where are we at? Get informed. We've covered that. Get supported. Find your community. Come and get in my community. As long as you answer my questions and you're a parent, not a professional. You can be a parent professional, but it is a parent-only space. We have got a group for professionals. If you search EOTAS Matters Professionals Community, you're welcome over there. But find support, find your community, find the people who have your shared experience and your lived experience, find the people who you can connect with and who get it, and you won't have to explain the very basics too, because that is exhausting. It takes a lot of spoons, okay? Get ready to make your voice heard. Be ready to become that parent. Link to that. Give yourself permission to say no. Get comfortable doing that. Learn how to say no. Learn when it's okay to say no. Learn when it's absolutely essential to say no. Someone needs something on a t-shirt. Here we go. What is this? Vicarious, undervalued, loyal, vibrant actor. Stop it. Stop. And now you know I'm going to have to roll out a new program called the Vulva Program. You've ruined me. Okay. Number 7, put on your own oxygen mask. What does it look like to take care of you? Please be aware of how vital that is. If you crash, everyone crashes. It is not selfish to take care of yourself. Your children need to see you model it for them. What is the name of the website again for everything neurodivergent? Neuroclastic. Let me put it in the comments. Neuroclastic.com. Is that spelt right? Let me see. I don't know if it has. I'm hoping it has. Neuroclastic.com. Yes, it has. Oh my God, you're all such a bad influence. Put on your oxygen mask, prioritize, work out what your priorities are and stick to them. Take it all in your stride. And if you know that your priority is your mental health and something is going to be a detriment to you, please don't do it. Let me know if you need a permission slip. Number 9, take your time. You are allowed to take as long as it needs to reply. It is more important to take time. If you miss deadlines, that's okay. You cannot claw back time with your children and with your family. Take time to enjoy joy and pleasure in each other's company, even if they're just small moments. You know what the opposite of trauma is? You know what the opposite of a trigger is? It's a glimmer. Hold on tight to those glimmers, those moments when you're in deep, deep overwhelm. If you can have a minute just to sit beside your child and take a deep breath and sniff them if they smell nice. Like, don't sniff my child, he doesn't smell great. But take some time. Take some moments to be in the moment, okay? My Senko now calls me for advice. You know you're doing it when you've done that. Upskill yourself. Right, I'm going to show you what upskilling yourself will look like in my community for the next few weeks. Before we do that, let's do another goodie bag giveaway. Okay, let's do it. I think this might be number 5. Number 55. Who's that? 55 is... Oh, it's Natalie George. Natalie George of Buckinghamshire. Congratulations, Natalie. You have just won 55. Natalie George. Books. You've just won a goodie bag. Okay. Okay, cool. Congratulations. Thank you for congratulating everyone, Leah. Let's do that. Let's not be those bellends that go fix at raffles. Let's congratulate people when they win. When one of us wins, we all win, right? Not true in this case, but let's embrace that notion. Okay, this is what upskilling yourself looks like with me if you're part of my community for the next couple of months. This will be my big focus. This will be the place that I'm giving you as much of the value as I can. Okay, with your permission, I'm going to show you this on the understanding that it won't suit everyone, and that's totally fine. But please stick with me because you might know someone who this will be really, really relevant to. And it's really important to me that we reach as many people as we can with this. Okay, and not just because this is my signature program. All right, so we are opening the doors tonight for the Unstoppable Parent program. The Unstoppable Parent program's motto is F the guilt, ditch the shame, pour compassion on your brain. Okay, let me talk to you about what that means. Okay, it's a 5-week trauma-informed, neurodiversity affirming training program and a community for parents and carers who don't want to lose their shit. Okay, I host a private Facebook community, which I am very present in for that 5 weeks. And as a member of the Unstoppable Parent program, you have access to me that you wouldn't have elsewhere. You also have access to my co-trainer, who I'll talk about in just a minute. We do 5 weeks of live trainings. Every Thursday night, we jump on a live together. If you can't get on it live, you do get a replay. You get all of your replays in a password-protected library, and you get lifetime access to the resources. So even if you're like, I want to do this, but I have no idea whether I can get this in now, Katrine, go and put this in the groups that we can help you with this, okay? We can absolutely help you with suspensions and exclusions, okay? I'm going to leave this running for the views, but my son needs me. That's okay, Rachel. That's absolutely fine. We're on 222. That's a lovely number, isn't it? So every Thursday night, and if you can't come on live, then you can get on a replay. We also have extra training sessions. We have extra top-ups. We give you a DIY worksheet to accompany each session. We have special guests, and you also get lifetime access to the course via your own password-protected online library. This course is for you if you are like, I don't know how to say no. I don't know how to speak up for myself. I don't know how to not respond in a trauma response. I don't know how to put my own oxygen mask on first. I don't know what it would look like to take care of myself. Okay. Thursday nights, 8:00. Okay. People who are from previous Unstoppables cohort are saying how good it is. It's an opportunity for you to spend an hour-ish a week with like-minded people who get it, who you will build lifetime friendships with. The previous Unstoppable Parent cohorts are like each other's support networks now. Elle says, I was on the first cohort. It was amazing. It helped me work out what was right for my family. And what I will share about Elle, if they don't mind, is that Elle made the decision to home educate on the back of being Unstoppable Parent. So this is not me telling you, oh, that Unstoppable Parent will help you get your EHCP, because actually what Unstoppable Parent will help you do is to work out what is the right thing for you and your family and what that looks like. 8:00 on a Thursday night is Unstoppable Parent. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit more about it. Kate Jones is my co-trainer. Kate is my person, my trusted professional person. She is an absolutely incredible human being. And she is the yin to my yang, the gin to my tonic, the calming cream to my itchy vulva. She is an incredible human. And she going to put some stars beside things. It's going too fast. She is a qualified psychotherapist. She has worked for the past 15 to 20 years with children and young people and with adults. Her specialist area is transactional analysis. She is a neurodivergent coach, a neurodivergent therapist, and she is just the most incredible human. She's also Chief Communications Officer at Neuroclastic. She has pedigree, okay? Anna, bear with me. I'm getting to that. I'm still selling to people. I know you're ready and you're an early adopter, but just stick with, okay? I'm getting there. So Kate helps me run the Unstoppable Parent Program. So myself and Kate run the course on Thursday night every week. Let me tell you about how much it is, how to sign up. It's a 5-week program. It's 150 quid for your 5 weeks. You can pay on installments for all of these options. There are VIP options and upgraded options. This is the standard option. So for your standard Unstoppable Parent, it's 150 quid. You can pay in installments. You get full access to the Unstoppable Parent Program. You also get a group Q&A with me as an extra. You get an Unstoppable notebook, which is illustrated by Theo. And for those people who are in the first cohort, don't worry, I now have a new system in place, which means you don't wait months for your notebook. You get an entry into a draw to win a one-to-one with me and Kate when you sign up for the Unstoppable Parent. And you also get 1 month's free early access to my new membership, the Marble Run. The Marble Run I will roll out later this week. Doors will be open on Friday. Watch this space if you want to hear about that. But if you join Unstoppable Parent, you'll be one of the first people into the Marble Run. You'll have early access and you'll have free access for the first month when you join on the standard package for Unstoppable Parent. Okay? That's great, Heidi, but I want more. There is 2 more levels on Unstoppable Parent. Now, these are limited. This one is the properly Unstoppable Parent package. If you want Unstoppable Parent, but you want some more time and you want one-to-ones with me, this is the only way you can currently work with me one-to-one, okay? So for the Unstoppable Parent, properly Unstoppable Parent package, and don't worry, this is all on the landing page when you get there so you can work out what you need. You get the Unstoppable Parent standard package, plus you get all the Unstoppable Parent bonuses, and you get 2 one-to-one calls with me, which you can book anytime you want between now and December. And you get a 2 months access to the Marble Run membership. That should say 2, and it says 1. It's not true. It's 2. I'm so sorry. I will change that. So the standard one, you get 1 month free. And the properly Unstoppable Parent, you get 2 months free. That should say 2. Should be worth 40 quid. And you get 2 one-to-one calls with me. I only have 10 spaces on the properly Unstoppable Parent because of the one-to-ones. Okay, so when you go on the landing page, if you know that you want one-to-one time with me, that's the package you need. Or you could go all out and go for the VIP option, which is the very Unstoppable Parent program. You get everything that you get in the regular program, but you get 4 one-to-one calls with me. So over the course of the Unstoppable Parent or anytime up until December, you can book a one-to-one call in with me during that period. We can talk about anything you want, and it's a support call for you to use it for however you choose. There's only 5 VIP places because I don't have the capacity for one-to-ones. So if you want this, you want to grab it super quick. You will also get a weekly hot seat Zoom with me. So all of you on the Very Unstoppable Parent program will get a weekly one-to-one Zoom, just the 6 of us, to go over what we've covered in Unstoppable Parent that week together. And you'll also get 3 months access to the Marble Run, which again, I will be rolling out at the end of this week. So let me just see. How do we be part of it? People are just chatting. Okay. So you're like, okay, cool. That sounds great. I'm still with you. I've not lost too many people. Take my money. What do I need to do? We start on the 3rd of August for Unstoppable Parent. You can enroll now. If you go to my website, HeidiMaver.com, go to the top, it says For Families, click on Unstoppable Parent, and you will get an Unstoppable Parent landing screen. And there you can sign up. You can sign up for any of the packages, the standard, the properly Unstoppable, or the very Unstoppable. I don't care. You choose which is right for you. It's a way for me to let people book one-to-one time with me, because if I put out I'm doing one-to-ones, I can tell you I just get flooded, and that's not me being a dick. That's just true. Okay. So if you want to go and join, please go now. Okay. The cart is open, and it will be open for 10 days. And then we start on the 3rd of August. You'll get an invitation to the private Facebook group. And between now and the 3rd of August, you'll get extra content in that Facebook group, and you'll get instructions on how to engage. And how to get involved. Let me know in the comments if you're coming on. Let me do the grand prize giveaway. I'm glad you've stayed till the end. We're going to give one prize away. The grand prize is this. Let me just tell you what it is. It is grand prize. Scroll up. Lindsay, where did you put it? I know you put it in these comments. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Here we go. You will get everything that's in the goodie bag. So you'll get a signed copy of Your Child Is Not Broken. You'll get a bag of marbles. You'll get a packet of rubber ducks. You'll get a voucher for one free webinar. You'll also get a one-to-one with me. You'll get a marble run, like an actual marble run. Okay. And you'll get it all in a little package from me, which is a lovely thing to have. So let's see who's going to win this. Random number generator. Here we go. Number 631. Oh, it's up the top end. Someone that joined quite late. Let's see. 631 is. Now I know that you're here, Alicia. It's Alicia. And I know you're here because I saw you commenting. So congratulations, Alyssa. I don't know if that's how I pronounce your name, but ALYSSA 631. Congratulations. I hope you're still here. If you're not, that would be really embarrassing. That would be really embarrassing. Let us know if you're here. A cuddly toy. I mean, ducks, do they count as cuddly toys? Do they count as cuddly toys? Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. Who knows? Okay. If you've got questions now about the Unstoppable Parent Program, now would be the time to ask me, okay? Not general questions. It's not a Q&A. But I've got 10 minutes here to help you work out if this is right for you. What questions have you got for me about the Unstoppable Parent Program and all the marble run? Okay, let me know what questions you've got. People are helping each other out in the comments. I love that. Tell me if you're jumping on. Tell me if people are jumping on. I can see that some people have already joined up. I'm getting ting, ting, ting. What questions have you got? No one's got any questions. So you're all just going to go and sign up. Excellent. Good to know. Good to know. Let me see. Whoa, that's not the question. Yes, if your child is PDA and not engaging, is this useful for you? Unstoppable Parent is a program for parents. It's not a program about how to change the behavior of your children. It's about how to help you manage your stress responses. Okay. So if that would be helpful to you, for you to be able to take a trauma-informed approach to parenting, then yes. Let me show you the installment plans. One sec. Let me get it up on screen for you. Okay. So when you land on the installment plan on the EOTAS Unstoppable Parent Program, this is what you'll get. Can you see this? Let me just check. You can see it. Yeah, you can. Okay. It's easier for me just to show you. Okay, so you get Facebook community, live trainings, DIY worksheets, amazing guests. Then you get all the blurb about me, tells you how brilliant I am. Oh, let me explain the giraffe. So the giraffe is because when a parent was working with me, their child who's PDA misheard me and thought that their parents said that they needed a giraffe check. And actually what they were asking for was a giraffe draft check. And because they said a giraffe check, we got into a big conversation about giraffes. Giraffes became my special interest. Giraffes are now the motif of the Unstoppable Parent Program. Of course. Okay. Let me just show you what Unstoppables looks like. Okay. So here we go. This is for you. Do you live in a neurodivergent household? Do you struggle with the daily overwhelm of advocating for your child? Do you find it hard to say no to things or people? Do you feel isolated, gaslit, and invalidated? When someone suggests self-care, do you think the chance would be a fine thing? Does your brain just need a bloody good rest? If you say yes to those things, that's what Unstoppable Parent is for, okay? Told you about me, blah, 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 blah. I'm scrolling down so I can show you what you will get. There's FAQs on here. Standard payment. You get a discount, so it should be $180. If you pay for it in 2 installments, you pay 2 £90 installments of £180, or you can pay it all in one go and get a discount for $150. That's your first installment offer. Okay. The Properly Unstoppable Parent offer, there's only 15 spaces, $275, or you can pay it in 2 installments, Or the Very Unstoppable Parent Program. It's a one-off payment of $500, or you pay it in 2 installments, and they're just split payment installments. There's no discount for paying all in one go on the VIP options. It's just to make it more affordable and just to spread it for you. What other questions have you got? 1 second. Can both me and my husband come? Yes, you absolutely can. You can have a 2-for-1. Yes. Stream me into your living room and let everyone watch all at once. I won't take questions right now on detail. If you are overwhelmed, then yes, this course is absolutely for you. And you do get access to other resources, and I do answer questions in the group more generally. Oh, hey, Alicia, you won. You won a prize. I will message you. Not sure what level to go for. Are the one-to-one sessions an hour? Yes, they are. So if you go for the Properly Unstoppable Parent, you'll get 2 one-hour sessions with me. And if you go for the Very Unstoppable Parent, you'll get 4 one-hour sessions with me. I've talked about installments. Yes, if you think your child will stay in school but you still need help, is this still right for you? Yes, this is a parenting course, even though I don't like calling it that. Can we incorporate top-tier package in assisting us with getting our boys out of mainstream and into a SEN school? You can use your one-to-ones for anything you like. Does the marble run come with extra marbles? Yes, it does. People ask funny questions. It makes me laugh. Let me see what else. Other questions. Ella's saying she felt alone before Unstoppables. This is previous Unstoppable parents who have not paid to say these things. The Unstoppables was the best course I did. Literally gave me all the knowledge and strength and fire for self-care and getting my kids the education they needed. It's helped me to help my children. I've signed up. Yay! I wanted to do it last time but couldn't, so now it's happening. Hannah, I'm so pleased. That's brilliant. I will see you over there. Why do dogs have wet noses? No idea, Craig. Is this a joke? Do you pay monthly for Marble Run? And do you have to be on the Unstoppable Parent course? You do pay monthly for Marble Run. Marble Run will launch on Friday. Marble Run is a much lower price point. It's a membership. We're just building extra stuff into the back end. I was going to launch it tonight, but I want to put some extra stuff in. So it will be launching on Friday. It's 20 quid a month. Join and leave anytime you want. You do not have to be on the Unstoppable Parent course to be on it. But if you get Unstoppable Parent, it's included. I like the sound of it. I always work Thursday nights. Is it good on replay? Yeah. Last time we ran it, we had, I think, 70 families on it. And I would say at least 2/3 did it on replay. And we still had the Facebook group to be able to interact afterwards. Yeah. If you come into Unstoppable Parent, we will share our marbles with you. Do you signpost if parents think they might be neurodivergent but don't know? Yes. We do a lot of conversations about this in Unstoppable Parent. Elle's saying she'll take payment later in chocolate. I would love to do the course. I'd love to do the course, but my son's case is on panel on the 1st, so I'm out of time. That's okay. Do it next year, or sign up and access it on replays if you want to. Suzanne, doing the Unstoppables was the best investment of time and money for me and my family. Where are we at? Do you have... I'm going to put this on screen, but I'm not going to read it out, Louise. Julia, great to see some familiar faces and names on tonight. Well done for continuing to upskill parents and validating their experiences. Everything I do is on replay. Yeah, I hear you. Becca saying, yes, You get lifetime access. The sense of community in the Unstoppable Parents Facebook group is absolutely superb, so supportive. And it stays after as well. So our Unstoppable Parent cohort from last year are still in a Facebook group, and they still work together and support each other. I got my glasses from Specsavers. They're nice, aren't they? Unstoppables starts on the 3rd of August. You make your first payment when you sign up, and then you make your second payment on the payment schedule following that. So 2 weeks later if you're on the standard level, and then the following month if you're on the higher levels. Is your Facebook group for all the payment options, please? Yes, the Unstoppable Parent Facebook group is for everyone in together. We mush you all in together. People in the cheap seats and people in the posh seats. They all mush in together. You rub shoulders with the great unwashed. I'm joking. Yes. Don't know what they're talking about. Oh, my glasses. Nice shape. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. The course is designed to be easily digestible for ADHD people, because both of the people running the course are autistic ADHD. We need some merch. Is the Marble Run a parenting course too? No, the Marble Run is a membership. You will have more information about that later in the week. The reason it works this way, please could you reconsider the discount for those who can afford to pay the one-off, but those who need to pay in 2 installments, it feels like a penalty. It's not intended to be a penalty. I'll explain why it works this way. The whole journey feels like a 2-tier system for those who can afford solicitors and advocates and private assessments from those who can't. Please could you consider if your discount policy adds to this? It isn't my decision, Sam. I can't do a installment offer and make it work for my business in terms of the costs associated with that without making it more expensive. So the discount is for people who pay in full. It's not a penalty if you pay in installments. It's a discount if you pay in full. That's just the way it works. Legally, I'm not allowed to treat it the other way around. It's a discount for paying in full rather than a penalty for paying in installments. Hope that makes sense. The next one after August will run next year. We're not running it again this year. Probably spring, but we're not fully certain. I never promise when we're going to run it because it always depends on what else is happening. If you post this in the group, we will answer it in the group. I can't take questions about tribunal on the call tonight. Okay, what sort of things does it cover, please? I'm quite far into our journey. Is it still relevant at master stages of the journey? So it's about being trauma-informed in your approach. We cover polyvagal theory. So we cover fight, flight, freeze, fawn, and flop. We cover how neurodivergent brains and neurotypical brains respond to stress, how to recognize what your triggers are, how to understand your own sensory profile, and how to know how to self-soothe. We also cover how to say no, scripting for saying no to things, how to decide what to say no to. We cover, what else do we cover? We cover, Unstoppables can help me with this. We cover internal chatter, internal critic, negative self-talk in quite some detail. So we kind of, it's all about upskilling you as a parent to understand what's going on for you. Why, when you get an email from your local authority, do you feel like your brain is on fire? Understanding the how that works, understanding why you respond the way that you do. My budget never matches the course dates. We'll see what we can do, as it's something I'd like to do. Cool. Can't see this one. I'm signing up once we're done here. We're done here. We're nearly done here. In my view, Unstoppables is positively life-changing, whatever stage you're at. Thank you, Becca. So you don't have to make a decision straight away. Are people with packages welcome? Our SEN child has the OTAS, but I still hate dealing with the LA. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a parenting course. It's not a course on how to get any HCP or how to address tribunals. It's none of that. It's about how you take care of yourself as a parent in a neurodivergent household. I will be talking about it a lot this week as well as we go on. We've got 16 days until we launch. So you'll have plenty of time to get to grips with what the content of the course is, to see if it's the right choice for you or not. There's no rush. I know some people are like, I want in and I want in now. I'm one of those people. I know that people need a bit more time to think about things. I know that it won't be the right time for everyone, and that's all totally fine. Okay. I don't want you to do this course just because you feel like you should, or because you feel like you're missing out, or because, I don't know. I want you to do this course because it feels like it's right for you and because it's affordable. And I don't want people to feel like you only get value from me when you sign up for Unstoppables, because that's not true. And I hope you've seen that this week. And I will continue to support people in my group. It's just a way for me to give people a bit more time with me in a really structured way, in a really helpful, I think, way. And having Kate as part of the delivery is chef's kiss. The community part of Unstoppables is invaluable. I felt so alone before. Home ed is welcome. Yeah, of course. Ella's a home editor and she's an unstoppable parent. First stage of Unstoppables are those places multiple or limited. We'll probably run about 100 spaces. If the demand is such that we need to increase it, we will. But the upper tiers are limited just for capacity. But currently we've allocated 100 spaces to Unstoppable Parent. Last cohort, I think we had 90 something. We'll be sharing breakdowns over on Instagram too. Come and follow me and you'll be able to see what to expect. There is something around investing in ourselves too that is important to consider. So this course is an investment in ourselves. Do you know, one of the biggest pieces of feedback I got back from the first cohort was having Thursday nights when we could be together and we could say to our other people in our household, I'm going to be on the other side of this door for an hour and you're not allowed to disturb me, was really helpful in lots of households. Els saying it was how I made my decision to home ed through the Unstoppable Parent Program. Yeah. I was in the first cohort. It was brilliant, so much so I'm tempted to do it again, to be honest. We will be emailing all the previous Unstoppable Parent cohorts. If you want to jump on again, there will be a discount for you because obviously it's revision for you. This Facebook page is invaluable. Nice to have people who just get it. I'm so glad you found it helpful tonight. Hopefully this has helped you to think about what you need next. It's helped you to think about what your priorities might be. It's helped you to start thinking about how you might start going about beating some of that overwhelm. It's a movable feast, right? We're not all going to be able to fix everything straight away. That's just not the way this is going to work. Unstoppable Parent is one of the ways that you might want to be able to do that. Look out for Marble Run information coming at the end of this week. Full disclosure, Unstoppable Parent is my signature program, and that's what I want the most number of people on because I know that that's where I can give the best value. But Marble Run is for those of you who want a little bit more than you're getting in the free group, but can't quite commit yourself to Unstoppable Parent. And there will be more details on that later in the week. But in the meantime, I really hope that you've got something out of this week, us doing this 5 days of tasks together. I really hope you found it helpful because I really liked being with you all and seeing the feedback and getting the emails from you. It was just lovely. So that is it. I'm going to tidy up the last couple of questions because I can see people are asking them. But if you have no questions, you can bugger off now. Maybe go and sign up for Unstoppable Parent. I'm not the boss of you. You don't have to. But if you do want to, that's over on my website, HeidiMaver.com. Double checking. Did you say that it would be Thursday nights will be recorded as I've had to take on a night's work to accommodate kiddos eventually getting the education packages? Yes, we run the lives on Thursday night and then we send you a replay, usually the following day with the workbook, and you can access it on the replay. You cannot find the group on Facebook. It's a closed private group. You can only find it if you are invited when you join up for Unstoppable Parent. It's a closed group. It's not visible. Intentionally so. We won't run it again this year. It will run next year if it runs again. I want also to say you can engage with the weekly lives however you choose. You can have your camera on, camera off, mic on, mic off, whatever works for you. If you need to have your kids in the room, that's fine too. You know, we just make sure that we're compliant with safeguarding things. But yeah, you kids can be around too, so long as you don't have kids who are adverse to the word vulva, which obviously I can't be relied on not to say. For me, it's hopefully going to help me figure out some of what the future looks like. I'm not sure whether my son will be able to stay in school or not, but I would rather think about all this before the wheels fall off. Oh my God, so wise. I wish I'd done that. That's it, guys. Peoples, thank you so much for joining me. I can't believe so many of you were with me live. It's lovely that you stayed with me so long. 8 o'clock on a Thursday night is the answer to that question. And I would love it if you would come and join me for Unstoppable Parent. Look out for the post over on Instagram and on my page. If you have questions, pop them in the group. Just tag me and say, I've got a question about Unstoppable Parent. We're going to be rolling out some more content for you this week, having more conversations about what is included. And then come Friday night, we'll also open the doors to Marble Run, and people who are already an Unstoppable Parent will be the first lot of people into the Marble Run. And I'm excited to show you what we've got in the Marble Run. It's going to be chef's kiss. To give you a little sneaky peek, the Marble Run will include my 3 best-selling webinars, free, included in your membership. So it's worth it just for that. Okay, I'm going to go. Enjoy the rest of your evening. It will help you if you're in a Scottish school, because Scottish parents are parents too. And Unstoppable Parent is a parenting course, not an education course. Thursday night, 8 o'clock, top of the pops. Exactly. I don't even know what marbles are anymore. I hear you. I hear you. So thanks for joining me. I will see you very soon, I hope. Thank you, Lindsay, for your help. I'm going to go and look on Instagram now and see which were the most hilarious screen grabs of me. And yeah, thanks for being with me. I hope to see some of you in Unstoppable Parent. And for those of you I don't see over there, I'll see you over in my Facebook group. See you later.